Hello residents, Supervisor Thurston here with your installment of Talk of the Town. We're back in Town Hall after a hiatus of I guess about 135-40 days, during which time we were doing our front porch chats in order to keep you advised. But since Town Hall reopened on July the 6th to visitations by the public at large, I'm back here, full time instead of operating from home. So we're filming today on a number of points of concern. But the start off is that we are in phase 4. Town Hall is open. Our staff has been working really all throughout COVID period of lockdown. And then we started with appointments only, and then starting on July the 6th, we opened back our doors for most activities, and the public has been coming in. I think last week, our first week of being open for non-appointment visitations, we had about 255 residents come into the town hall, including for public hearings related to the planning board activities. Our town board, we held our second live meeting from Town Hall on Monday, July the 13th, and we will continue to do that throughout the phase 4 and thereafter. Our next board meeting will not be until toward the end of August. I've forgotten now if it's August 24th, somewhere around then. So pay attention to our website and our bulletin board outside of Town Hall and other services that we offer for further information on that. But as we know, we're in phase 4. The county's efforts have been very successful in reducing, of course, the rate of transmission. Our numbers continue to be steady. We have regular conversations with the county executive, Marcus Molinaro, on those and whatever else we may need to be doing with respect to maintaining the low rate of transmissions. But our hospitalization rates, the number of positive results as a result of the ongoing testing, which continues to be full steam ahead, those hospitalizations, ICUs, and fortunately the number of deaths are continued to be down. Of course, one death is too many, but we are really monitoring that closely and keeping a very good thumb on the pulse relating to that. And New York State, and certainly the northern part of the state from Dutchess County, basically places north of Westchester County, are following the similar sort of trends in the 7 key indicia. New York City actually is stabilized, but the big concern is with respect to travelers coming in, visitors, tourists, and the like. So here at our local airports and also across the river in Stewart, they are also maintaining monitoring, and people are getting questionnaires and filling them out, and the contact tracing efforts are ongoing with respect to that. So keep up the good work, wearing the masks when you can't socially distance yourselves. Right now we are socially distant when we're filming this. And as we maintain all of our board meetings, zoning, planning, and town board, when they're open, we maintain that social distance. And we're fortunate to have some extra overflow space, so if everybody can't fit into the main meeting hall, we have seat arrangements outside in the atrium. There's a TV that you can monitor as well as courtroom and recreation, the senior department. So we will continue that ongoing process throughout the remainder of phase 4 and thereafter. I want to share with you a couple of reminders that I mentioned during my opening comments at our board meeting on Monday. One is that the town office, the branch office of the Division of Motor Vehicles, is now open for visitation by appointment only, but you can call up, get an appointment to go take care of any motor vehicle issues that you might have. The senior picnic, every year the county holds a live picnic here in the town over in Robinson Field Complex. This year that's not going to occur, but instead on August the 4th, seniors will be able to drive by through the Wappinger Junior High and pick up your picnic box lunch. So the county is offering that. They are reaching out to local delis, restaurants, other organizations here in the town to provide the food for that event. I believe the dairy products are going to be provided by a local dairy in Dutchess County. And also extremely important is now during this phase 4, visitations to assisted living facilities are now allowed. Up to 2 members of family can go in and then visit our folks that are in those assisted living nursing home situations. The school openings is yet to be decided by the governor. They're working very closely with the various school boards in our county, and particularly our Wappinger Central School District. There are criteria that have been established by the governor, and this is something that the town board, town officials does not have any say in, but if there are concerns, I do pass them on to the superintendent of schools, Mr. Carrion. If you'd had something, I do make sure it gets to them. As to updates on what we are doing here in the town, first, as I mentioned, all of our offices are fully opened and doing all their regular services. I think water and sewer bills are going out shortly. The building, zoning, the permits, all those are being handled fully by our staff, and business has been quite active because we were shut down for a period of time. I think the most active areas seems to be home improvements, swimming pools, sheds, as more people are staying home and living and working from home. So please check with our department if you have any questions with respect to what is necessary for permitting. On Monday night, our controller, Frederick Owino, provided another update on our financial status, and overall the news is very good. Thanks to our conservative budget planning, our continued discipline in executing on our cost maintenance and enhancing our efficiencies within the town, we are doing quite well compared to many other communities. There are still some areas of concern with respect to inbound revenue for our A fund, which is our general town fund, and this is really relating to some funding that would come from the state of New York, which, as you know, is heavily indebted, because of the additional expenses and the lack of revenue during COVID-19. We continue to invest in the future of the town, while myself and the board maintain a conservative position on funding. That's not to say that we won't spend money wisely to help promote the culture, to the well-being, the health and safety of our community. And this has been an ongoing process where we are, one, trying to upgrade the repair and maintenance of our various town parks and facilities, and we have a special focus on playgrounds. So this past board meeting, we authorized expenditure for a brand new playground layout facility over at Quiet Acres. This is a park that serves the local community at Quiet Acres, Wildwood, And we're working on some other aspects of it, such as requesting the county to put in crossing lanes across Old Hackensack Road connecting Wildwood to the Quiet Acres area. So stay tuned. We have in our park 7 different playground areas, some of which have been updated. Quiet Acres had not been really addressed since the early 1980s. Youth sports, it's very important to, as we have opened up, to get our youth at all ages back on our ball and soccer fields. So now that those events have been starting to open up and will continue on new schedules, through probably early fall, we spent time with respect to the Little League and also the soccer. Not only are we working closely on maintaining and repairing those facilities, but also looking at new elements such as new benches, work buildings, and also we have continued to assist those 2 organizations with some subsidization to enable our youth to have truly the best experiences in playing ball, kicking the soccer ball around, and other activities. So that will continue, but we're able to accomplish that despite the lull in activities with COVID-19. We are getting very close to putting up new signs for our parks that lay out the various rules and regulations, but also hours of operation to make it more clear on a customized basis per park what the requirements are for using them. Also, the board has now finalized kind of the last step from our approval process is to getting our Spook Hill Park redone, revitalized. This is also taking advantage of a $100,000 grant that we received, and so now we're moving ahead working with the county on getting approval of the plans. We'll be mounting a big 6-foot sign soon at Spook Hill, letting everybody know what it's going to look like. The same thing goes for new bathroom facilities and septic system out at Robinson Lane, particularly for our Challenger League teams, both youth, male, female, and adult. So that is something that's been long overdue. One of my focuses since coming into office has been really improving upon the well fields that we have for town of Wappinger water. Previously, only really the Atlas field that's a little bit, that's on the Wappinger Creek to the west of the airport was really the only real viable well field. And of course, during the Colsey and then especially Barbara Gutzler administration, they were able to get a new pipeline that would take water into Chelsea as a result of the New York City DEP grant that would enable them to also tap into our water supply. As that project has moved on, we are now able to address through tenancy arrangements some emergency water situations, but more importantly, by enhancing our well fields at Hilltop and Meadowwood, we have now increased the capacity of water so that during the last dry spell, when we were facing about 2 million gallons a day of water consumption, because we had been able to increase our wellhead production to about 2.2 million, we did not have to go into any water conservation efforts. That being said, I do encourage everyone to please continue to conserve water throughout the summer months when we go back into another dry spell. But nevertheless, we have updated these well fields and are now just finalizing the one for Hilltop to put in some additional resources. Also connected with water is that we are proceeding with our strong relationship with the village of Wappinger Falls. We're going to be going ahead with an emergency interconnection on water between the two municipalities, so that if either one were to have some shortages or need to use the other's water, then we're able to do that. And at the same time, then we will be talking with Woodhill Green about joining the new water pipe system that we are going to be installing. So those are part of the ongoing elements that the board's working on as far as major projects. We're continuing to refine our capital project list, and this year in our budget we plan to have capital project lines that will enable us to look going out into the future for better planning against the town's plan for development in and throughout the town. Route 9 is one of our top priorities to get water down Route 9 to at least past, it's already to Adams, but then beyond that to the point where Plant Depot was, and then hopefully ultimately interconnecting with Fishkill and also then East Fishkill for additional water security, basically as backup supplies. So pretty active agenda. Our next board meeting, as I said, is not until August, late August. But between now and then, we are clearly open for business, so I welcome you to come by. You'll have to go in through the north entrance. We are taking temperature and have some questionnaire requiring people to wear masks. We have a number of folks here in Town Hall that are in risk categories, so we want to protect both them and protect you. But in the meantime, until our next talk of the town and or front porch chat, stay safe, remain well, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much and have a great day.